Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to Crypto Traders Club. We're going to start off with the US dollar, taking a look at where we're at with the US dollar, given what's going on with the economy and everything else. So, still trading within this trend line here. One thing that's interesting, if we zoom in, it did break through this trend line. And so, could see some rejection here, or just, there's some pretty strong support here. So, we'll see what happens based on this. If we see this going back up, we're going to start seeing the US markets and the rest of the markets, including crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything else, start to go down. So let's take a look at the US 30. Dow Jones has been seeing quite a bit of resistance up around the $34,000 mark. Could be a decent shorting opportunity. We have the FOMC meeting coming up tomorrow, so it's going to be pretty volatile tomorrow in the markets. Coming out of that, it'll really determine what happens with Bitcoin and crypto and everything else. Taking a look at S&P, very similar pattern where we're seeing some more resistance around 41,000, getting rejection off of that. Heading over to crypto now, looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still staying pretty strong and having support around $23,000. I think we could see, depending on what happens tomorrow, if it's good news, I think we could continue to trend up and see around $25,000. And if tomorrow's news is not so great, we could begin the start of a downtrend here where we've already broken through this. And so if we see some sort of rejection, maybe we see a rally today and rejection tomorrow. Who knows? That we'll see what actually happens tomorrow and the following. ETH, not a lot going on here. A lot of choppy action between 1,500 and 1,700. All right, let's get into our trades. So yesterday we took a long on THORChain on RUNE. If we zoom out here, it's sitting right on support, and so we got a pretty good entry price. Not a whole lot of movement, so not loving this one, but I think Bitcoin is starting to see some movement up. So we'll see what happens with this trade. Might get out a bit earlier, at least move the stop up to break even. All right, looking at Dent now. Dent has been following this trend line. I think we covered this yesterday as well. Could see some movement back up to 0.00099. So once we get around there, or 0.001, might be looking at a decent shorting opportunity. It's been following this trend line for quite some time, and I think it might be losing steam pretty soon and could see a pretty good movement to the downside. OP was a trade we took a couple days ago, made some good profits on it, and it's retesting that trend line again now. Could be a decent, long opportunity here with a tight stop. It really depends what's going to happen with Bitcoin today and tomorrow. Looking at Verasity, this thing's been on an absolute tear for a while, and it looks like it's losing steam. We mentioned this yesterday. We were hoping to see it come back up to 0.0068, somewhere around there, back up to this trend line, and look for a good shorting opportunity. It may still do that. We'll be watching this one closely today and tomorrow. But this one's looking like it needs to at least come back to 0.005 or lower. And so this is one we're going to keep a close eye on. Tezos is a pretty good opportunity here. We mentioned this. If we could see a bounce back to not only this trend line, but this area of support around $1.04, which we did. Great opportunity to get in to Tezos. Keep your stop pretty tight on this one. But yeah, this looks pretty good for now. Again, it really depends what's going on with Bitcoin. It seems to not be doing much of anything right now. And then looking at Cosmos, it's been within this trend line. This is another shorting opportunity. We can see it's been moving up, but it's been also losing quite a bit of steam. And so every time it keeps coming up to around $13.60, it's hitting some rejection. We also have this trend line, if you zoom out, that it's coming up against too. So this is another one, even today, maybe tomorrow, we'll keep our eyes on this one for a good shorting opportunity. Decentraland, this is one that we mentioned yesterday as well. It looks like it went up to, or maybe this was Sunday. Yeah, this was Sunday. This is while we were sleeping on the West Coast. So we missed this trade, but you know, I'm hoping that we can see another test or retest of the 82 cent area, and I'd be looking for another good shorting opportunity there. Xcad is one that we mentioned yesterday. We missed this entry. Didn't go up as, you know, to our entry price that we were hoping yesterday. It just went straight down. So if anyone got into this trade and was just like, hey, I'm just going to take it with a bigger stop, good on you. You hit your target pretty quickly. Made about 10%, 9% on that trade. We're going to wait for this one. There's no real trade setups. I just wanted to recover this based on yesterday. But we're going to have to wait to see what happens with this one, whether it sees some support here or if we drop back down to around the $1 mark. All right, Zilliqa looks pretty good for a new shorting opportunity. So it broke through this trend line. What I'd like to see is a retest of the trend line, you know, somewhere around here. So 82 cents, maybe around there. So we'll be watching this one today for a decent shorting opportunity. I think it'll see more rejection from this trend line, and we could see a pretty good move to the downside. Near protocol, similar thing to Zilliqa. So we mentioned this yesterday for a decent long opportunity. It broke through the trend line instead. So this is one I'd look to retest this trend line for a shorting opportunity. Then we have ChainLink. It's been following this trend line or this range for quite some time. And it bounced here yesterday right on the trend line. So if you were able to get in this is one we were looking at yesterday. We went with RUNE instead of this one. But very similar to the chart pattern of RUNE. I'll just pull that back up again. So this is one we were watching yesterday. We took this trade instead. But Link, if you took that one, looks like it's in a good spot right now. It's got, I'd like to see it stay above this $6.09. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. Okay, so we have, next one is Bloktopia. This one's been very strong as well. But it's seeing a ton of rejection here. I mean, this could be a good shorting opportunity around the 28 cent mark. So right around now, coming up pretty closely. It seems to be losing steam and having a lot of struggle around 82 cents. So I think we could, I'm going to be looking at this a little bit later and see, you know, kind of what happens here. All right, Solana is the next one. Solana's been on a tear as well. Really good, strong movement to the upside. And it's been kind of chopping around between 22 cents and 25 cents. We mentioned yesterday about a possible short. So if you got into this one, this is not one that we took, but if you got in, you made some pretty good profits on it. Could see another retest of this. We'll see what happens with Bitcoin today. Render's another one. So this is one that we did not mention yesterday, but it's coming up to some pretty heavy resistance. So I think we could see, you know, let me zoom out real quick. So on the daily, if we look at this, you can look back and, you know, it's gone up to this line. So we're looking at about $1.53. But then if you zoom out a little bit more, you can see that, you know, we might see like $1.61 if it wants to kind of break through that just a little bit. There's some pretty strong resistance there. And this thing's just been moving quite a bit. And I think it was 250% in like the last week and a half. So it's it's due for a little bit of a correction here. So if you're looking for a decent shorting opportunity, I think this is one that has it's pretty strong. Looking at MATIC, Polygon, it's really hard to say anything negative about Polygon. They seem to have the best marketing team in all of crypto. But if we take a look at this one, there's some pretty heavy resistance around $1.19. So just wanted to point this out if any of you guys are interested in this. This is on the daily. I'll just switch over to the hourly. So if we're looking for another shorting opportunity, we could see that around $1.16 to $1.19. Somewhere within that range would be a decent shorting opportunity. And retesting this trend line that it's been following, which would give us a pretty decent profit margin. So that's it for today. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. If you're wanting live trade updates, head over to our Discord. The link's below. And we'll be posting trades that we're in, upcoming trades throughout the day. And if there's anything that you're wanting us to cover, please put it in Discord or drop a link in the comments here, and we'll make sure to cover that in the next video. All right, thanks.